¿Podréis? Ya. Perfecto. Ya podéis hablar. You can talk now.
Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to this fourth module of the National Selection Conference of Barcelona 2020. Today we're going to do a module explaining the role of the teacher manager and the coordinator of the project of Understanding Europe in EYP Spain is going to also explain the project and all the news and all the things they're working on during this year. So before starting, I'd like to say that if you have any questions, we will try to answer live. So if you have any questions, doubts, or suggestions, just make sure to write them in the chat and we will try to be pending and answer them. So I'll start, and as a brief presentation of myself, my name is Ana Maria. I'm 20 years old and I'm from Barcelona. Currently this year, I'm studying industrial engineering here also in Barcelona. And I've been a member of EYP Spain since 2016. And this year, I had the pleasure of being the teacher's manager of EYP Spain. This role is not a very normal role, and not all the national committees have them. But here in Spain, since the last year, we thought that the teachers are a very important part of our organization, and their opinions and everything they say to us, it's very important, not only for them to be taken into account, but also for us to keep growing as an organization. And as we believe everything they say is very important for us to keep growing and learning. So this role was born from this idea. And last year, Carlota and Ignacio created this role. And this year, we're trying to continue with the good work done since then. So as for this year, what I've done basically is being in charge of guiding the teacher. So one of the important roles I have is to guide the teachers, not only the ones that are already in the organization, but also to keep track of the new teachers that want to enter in the organization and want to take part in other sessions or in future sessions of our organization. So that is my principal role, but also other things I do is to, for example, every month or every 2 months, we try to release a newsletter where we write articles of different stuff going on inside EYP Spain, in EYP International, and also actual European issues going on in the European Union. And I think that as for EYP Spain and the teacher's manager role, that's all in general notes. And now I'd like you to know, because maybe maybe not, you're going to see me or the next teacher manager in the session of Barcelona 2020, because as you can imagine, there are officials, for example, juries and chairs, but there's also an official that is the teacher's manager. And the teacher's manager is in charge of the teachers. So the only mission of the teacher's manager during the national session is to be in charge of the teachers. And that means proposing activities, not only fun activities like some visits or stuff to do with the teachers during the session, but also we try to propose a parallel program for the teachers to do so that they know what their delegates are doing and they can experience what the delegates experience in a national session. So I think that's all for me for now. If you have any questions, we can answer them now. And if not, we will answer them after when Anne finishes. If you have any general questions or questions about what Anne is going to explain or questions about teacher manager, so feel free to keep asking them live now, or if you want to ask them later when we finish. So I'll pass the word on to Anne, who's going to explain about Understanding Europe.
Hi, everyone. Well, if there's any questions for Ana Maria, I'll stop speaking. But for me, my name is Cenecorta. Nice to meet you all. Hi, Susana. And well, I'm 19 years old. I'm from Bilbao, and I'm currently studying audiovisual communications here in Bilbao as well. And I've been a member of EYP since 2017, and a member of Understanding Europe for 2 years now, almost. So basically, what I wanted to explain is what is Understanding Europe, because I'm sure many of you have heard about the project and what it is, but many of you, I'm sure, haven't. Also, I suppose new regions have been created this year, new regional sessions. So I suppose also new teachers are welcome here, are coming. So basically, what I wanted you to picture as like make an idea of where this project is located in terms of EYP. So basically, Understanding Europe is the second project, or one of the projects that that EYP Spain has. So basically, EYP Spain has two projects. The first one is EYP, the one we all know, the sessions, the debates, everything. And the other one is Understanding Europe, which is a project created by the Sparsco Foundation and the European Youth Parliament Spain. So basically, the aim of this project is to convey a basic understanding of the EU to the kids, to the young generations. So we do 4-hour EU crash courses to encourage pupils to discuss the current European topics and the current European questions and structures. So basically, we want to give them the space to openly express their opinions about Europe by giving them all the necessary information they need to know to have a more critical mindset and a more always when you have more information about a topic, you can really build up your opinion on that topic. So we basically try to do that by creating these crash courses, which are small events that take place in the schools. So basically, a teacher contacts us. We are a team now of 16 people, 17 people, including me. And we have 2 head trainers, which are the ones that are in charge of training all the trainers. So we basically have a the national coordinator, which would be me, then 2 head trainers, and then the trainers team and the Orga team. I will go further on that if you want to. But basically, these 2 head trainers have been trained and formed, academically formed, during a weekend in Berlin. So they are fully prepared to teach the trainers on how to give these crash courses in the proper way. So basically, we have foreign professionals giving this information to the students. So in these crash courses, we arrive, we present ourselves. So here in the screen, you can see the presentation we use in order to explain to carry on with these crash courses. And we basically introduce ourselves. We give these crash courses in pairs, so that then afterwards, when the introduction is done, we can separate the students into working on small groups. And basically, I don't know if I can. Nora, can you? Yeah, thank you. So we explain them who we are. We tell them that we are going to do a crash course, and we are going to teach them a little bit about history and institutions inside the European Union. The next one. So we basically tell them what is going to be the structure of the day. We will be playing Europe in 4 corners, which is a game. We divide the classroom in 4 corners, and we attach a letter to each corner. So it would be A, B, C, and D. And we put if you go on to the next slide, I think you can see the next one. The next one. And the next one. Yeah, that's it. So we basically read the following sentence: Europe makes me think of, and they have to stand in the corner that represents what they think Europe makes them think of. So if I think that Europe is a geographical continent, then I will go to corner A. So that's what we do. If we can go back to the index of the beginning. Yeah. So then afterwards, once we have warmed up a little bit with them, they know who we are, they are more or less familiarized with the concept, then we go on to divide them into workshops. And before we ask them to write on a piece of paper a question that they have, anything like anything that worries them politically or institutionally or whatever, that has something to do with the European Union or even with the situation in politics in general. So we get those papers and we put them aside for later. And then we go on to the workshops. Mainly, we have 6 workshops that are the history workshop. Sorry, I had the list. Yeah, the history one, in which we talk about all the important events and all the important events, the when, the how, the why, all the things that have led our society to become the European Union. And also the asylum workshop, which is pretty new. It was created due to the refugees crisis. And then the institutions one, in which they learn about the basic institutions in the European Union, the European Council, the European Parliament, the European Commission, etc. Also another one, the participation workshop. We call it Do I Have a Say in the European Union? So they basically do like a little posters where they create their own version of what can I do to participate in Europe. And then the last one, the security workshop. Mainly the ones that we use the most are history and institutions one. Why? Because we think they are more easy to get. They are quick, and all of the students seem to prefer it. We also change once in a while. It depends mainly on the trainer that is giving the crash course. So it's up to him or up to her. So yeah, we do the workshops. Then once we have finished, we allow them to all that time that they have been discussing about history or institutions. We try to stay aside. We don't like really to get to I don't know, to contaminate their opinions. We like them to have their own opinions without our help. If we really need to help them on something, then of course, there we are. But we really like to see them discuss and try to convince each other about a topic, which is basically what we aim for with doing this type of activities. And then each group presents the topic to each other in the class. So once we have done that, we go on to the discussion. The debate can last for half an hour or 1 hour or an hour and a half. It can be anything, like it depends on them. If they are up to talking and discussing with each other, then great for us, because it's really fun. And also many teachers are surprised by seeing their students so active in talking about other topics that may seem more relatable to them, so that way they engage more with it and they discuss more. So basically that is like the basic thing I wanted you to know about understanding Europe. We are just a group of people who are focused on giving these crash courses to students so that they can have a more wide knowledge and form an opinion for themselves in around the European Union. And we do these other events, as I mentioned earlier, where the trainers get prepared, which is called the Train the Trainer event, which we had in September in Barcelona, that last September, with all the trainers. So every year, it's obligatory for every trainer that is going to take part on this project to to receive this kind of train event, because otherwise, then we cannot assure a proper explanation to the students. And also, we have a train for the trainer event, which take place before the trainer event. And we also have some weekends for the team, because we are a very big team with organizers that make sure that our social media accounts and our website can stay very very good, and it's professional. So they work on that, on social media, also other kinds of topics, And also we have a financial working group or organizers. Now it's not very active due to this crisis, but we will get on working on that. And also, just to mention, so that last year we organized an EU election event where we had candidates from different parties in an open discussion with university students in Barcelona. And also, last year were the elections for the European Union, so we decided it was a good idea to organize different events around the topic and also push a little bit about our project. And also, basically that's all for me. Now we have new goals in order to accomplish them next year. Hopefully we can achieve them by going to many schools and giving many crash courses. I hope so. That is my my hope. But if I don't know, I haven't been looking at the questions, but if you have any questions, just let me know also.
Okay, I don't know if there are any questions. We haven't seen any during the module, but I don't know if there are any questions. Now we can answer, either if they are about the role of teacher manager inside EYP Spain or the role of the teachers manager in the national selection conference that is going to be the next one, Barcelona 2020, or if there are any questions for Annie about the project of Understanding Europe in Spain or about the crash courses. I don't know if there are any questions.
Let's wait a bit because there's a bit of delay, so don't worry if nobody answers yet. They're just receiving it. Let's wait a minute or so. And while we wait, I can ask some questions maybe. Do you have like numbers, Anne, about how many crash courses you offer every year, or like this year, how many have you given?
Yeah. So numbers. Year has been a very complicated year, but around the For example, in 2018, in Europe in general, there were given like 520 crash courses all over Europe, because also Understanding Europe, it's not only here in Spain. It was created here in Spain in 2016 by a group of EY peers that wanted to implement this project into EYP. And then later, before that, many other countries were giving these crash courses as well. For example, in Germany, the demand of these crash courses is so big that they have 4 regions. So they have 4 regional coordinators in Germany. They don't have a national one. They just simply have 4 regional ones. So in Germany, the number of crash courses that are given in a year is big, and it's a very big thing.
Yes.
And that we want to achieve by next year.
That would be great. um,
Paula has a question.
oh.
What kind of activities?
Yes, so Paula asks exactly what kind of activities are the teachers going to do in Barcelona 2020? So the idea, as I mentioned before, is that the teachers experience what the delegates experience in a national session. So they are not going to do exactly the same, but the idea is to follow a bit the structure, the same structure that the delegates are going to do. So the idea is to start with a basic team building so that the teachers get to know, and it's a very good way to start the experience. And we're going to follow the same team building, similar team building to which the delegates do. And then we're going to try, or the idea is to try to make something similar to committee work. Maybe we're not going to discuss about any European issues, but maybe we could try to discuss about internal issues in EYP Spain, or not issues, but things that could be improved. And it is also to having the feedback of the teachers, which again, it's very important for us. And this is for the academic, because of course it's not going to be academic for the teachers, but following the academic structure of the delegates. And then we have in mind some very nice activities that we're going to try to do apart from the academic stuff and the structure of the session. We're going to try to do some fun activities, some visits, very interesting visits, and also we're gonna go to some of the events that the organizing team has prepared with the delegates and all the participants of the session, which I think they can be very, very, very beneficial for all the participants, including the teachers. So we're going to make sure that the teachers team don't lose the very cool activities that the organizing team has prepared, but also we're going to try to do parallel activities that are going to be very nice. I'm going to keep the surprise for when the session comes, not to make any spoilers.
Perfect. And then another question I thought about is how can schools contact Understanding Europe to make an appointment with you and that you come to their regions and schools?
Yeah. So the main platform we have is the website. So in the website of EYP Spain, you can find directly, I think in one of the upper bars, there's a direct link to the webpage of Understanding Europe. There you'll find very easily the contact part, where you can fill in all the information, like the name of the teacher, name of the school, when do you want the crash course to be given. Several dates are optional, then same with the hours. And yeah, basically there in the Understanding Europe website, I think it's Understanding Europe EYPE, like similar to, but I mean what I said, directly on Understanding Europe, on the website of EYP Spain, you can find it.
Perfect.
And we have the Instagram account also, if you want to contact us through Instagram or through the Facebook webpage, which is also available. And yeah, and also the main one, which I will be responding to, will be the email. They can leave here in the comment section.
Yes, and we can leave it in the description box afterwards. I had another question. Let me think, and maybe. Oh yes, I wanted to ask if now that we are like kind of expanding through other regions of Spain, could a school that is from maybe Murcia or some regions out of our work map, let's say, contact you and make an appointment, like if they are not on our work region right now?
Yeah, that's basically with the what we were talking between Ana Maria and I this past few days, is that to work together in order to ensure that maybe she has more contact with more direct contact with the teachers. So any teacher or any any school that would want to participate in this activity could just easily talk to me, like with all this contact information, and arrange a crash course. Yeah, of course.
Perfect. And then Ana Maria, do you have a school plan to like recruit new schools or something for the future, so we have more participation in
Okay,
the
so can you
regionals?
repeat the question? I didn't hear it.
Do we have like a future school plan to recruit new center, like educational centers for regionals or something like that, so members know where is the current curriculum of the teacher's manager?
Yes, during this year we had some issues with this topic because it's true that EYP is expanding, but we have many regionals, and although we have many sessions, the problem is that we have many schools participating in these sessions, and in order to ensure the quality of the sessions, we cannot accept more than 15 schools per session. So this year we didn't actually work a lot in this field of trying to get new schools to participate in EYP, although it is true that we received some emails from new schools that were interested in participating. And of course, these schools participated this year if they really wanted to. But it is one of the main fields to work on for next years, and it's something that we really have to work on, because the thing is that before having new schools, we need to have the sessions where to host all these schools. So the idea for next year is trying to expand in this area in order to be able to welcome new schools. Also, not all the sessions are full, so we have sessions that are much smaller than others, and of course many schools could fill these sessions. So the idea is also to try to fill the sessions that are not full yet, and to try to do more regionals in the regions that we have many schools that want to participate, but we don't have more space in that session. So that's the idea for now.
Perfect. Thank you. I just wanted to add to all the people in the module, and also if you want to address Barcelona 2020, like the organizing team or Ana Maria, with feedback, recommendations, or maybe any comment or question about the session and what is going to be your role, or asking about the program, we will be more than glad to answer and to address your questions and feedback and comments. And if you want to leave something in the comment box, we will be more than glad to answer them right now. I'm gonna think about some more questions if you want. I don't know if you want to add something that you have maybe thought now, or
I wanted to emphasize on one topic that is something that this year we've really tried to work on, and we've done some improvements, but we still have a lot to work on, and we would like to improve a lot in this area. That is the teachers program. I hope that there are some teachers listening here, and I just want to know if there's some teachers that want to give some feedback about the teachers program given in the regional, in order to make some improvements directly for the national, because in the national we're going to have a teachers program as well. It's going to be very different because it's a longer session. We're going to have more time, and you've already been through an EYP experience that have been the regionals. But if there is some feedback regarding the teachers program, it's something that we really want to improve, but we don't know yet how to do so, because we think that the teachers program is a very good opportunity for us as an organization to get the feedback from you, the teachers, in a very familiar way in the session. But at the same time, we've seen these last years that it's something that many of you, the teachers, you already know what is it about, and some of you even don't go because you already know what we're going to say in them. So I don't know if there's any teacher that would like to, I don't know, give some feedback or maybe make some suggestions in order to improve either the teachers program for the regionals next year, or the teachers program if you have some ideas for the teachers program in the national. Don't worry, because we're working on it, and it is one of the main things we have in our minds to work on from the teachers manager department. So we will try to work on and improve it. But if you have any suggestions, maybe not now, but if you think of something, just make sure to write me an email and let me know.
Super nice. Okay, let's wait a few minutes more. Maybe they leave another question, and if not,
Okay.
we can finish the module. It's been great.
We have a shy audience.
Yes, we do. Or maybe they can address you some questions afterwards. Maybe they cannot watch it right now, but
yeah. Also, if you have any questions regarding understanding Europe, just email or through Instagram or through Facebook. Just feel free to do so. I will be more than welcome to answer any questions that there are.
Okay, I see there's a question from Susana.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, so exactly, that's the problem. The thing is that the issue that we face when we're doing a teacher's program is that we have different levels of experience in the teachers that we have as an audience. So maybe we have a new teacher that doesn't know anything, not even what's going on in the session, but then we have other teachers that have already been into other regionals or even a national or even international sessions. So it's quite hard to balance and to try to make the module beneficial for both of them, the more experienced ones and the new ones. So that's the main issue we're facing.
Mm-hmm.
Explanations about what UAP is, how it works, the things our students do. Yeah, exactly. So that's the thing with the teachers program, that we have to do the introduction for everybody, and sometimes the most experienced ones, you already know what is it about. But we were thinking that this first part could always be a bit shorter, or we could I don't know, try to send all this information before the session to the new teachers, and then try to make something a bit different. That's the idea we're trying to work on.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Oh, thank you, Susanne. Anyhow, you always learn something new. That's great.
Yes. And as in EYP, we're always like rethinking our structures. There's always something new to explain on what we are like changing and rethinking and planning on to do next.
And also, you don't always really know everything about something.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe sometimes there's a teacher that hasn't been to a session for a whole year. Maybe there are some things or some updates they don't know about.
Exactly.
Especially with, I don't know, with the board or with other stuff that you don't really know much about.
Exactly. And we are really, well, not now. Now it's like we've stopped any activity because of the COVID-19 crisis and everything, but we're trying to find some interesting activities, as Ana Maria said the beginning of the module, for you to do during the session. Like there's some, don't want to reveal everything because it's kind of secret and in standby because of the situation. But there's some yoga sessions in the mornings in the hostel for you to do, so you can have your breakfast calmly without any stress, and then go to your yoga class and stretch a bit before everything we've prepared for you during the day. So I want to think that this week can also be an experience for teachers to maybe take care of themselves and go back to the roots of why they teach and why they want to give this experience to some of their students, which is kind of great. And it's always nice.
Very cool.
So yeah.
I just want to mention, just to use this opportunity and hear that we have some members of the organizing team, especially head orgas. I just want to thank them because I think that they've had really into account the teachers as participants, as equal participants in this session. And even though we're not able to prove that this week, I think that we will do soon, hopefully. And I think that you teachers will really have a very nice experience. You will enjoy. It's been very everything has been very planned in order for you to feel the experience, to have a nice time. You can even think of this week as kind of a vacation. So we hope you will have a great time with us.
Yes. And then I have another question, maybe a more basic one, but Anna asks, on a daily basis, how can teachers contact with the teacher's manager? But maybe you've said it, but
yeah, I have just you have my email, or if not, I'll leave it to you, and you can put it in the description box, or we will make it easy for you to access it. And you just send me an email. I'm very pending of the email, so with 1 to maximum 3 days, I try to answer all the emails I'll receive. And once you contact me, you can even have my phone number. So if it's easier for you to call. And with some teachers, when the explanations are a bit tough to do by email or phone, sometimes we try to even do Skypes or a video call, which is much easier, especially for new teachers, as UAP, it's kind of complex when you're new with all of it and it's a lot of information. Sometimes with a video call or Skype, it's much easier. Yes. So just email teachers@uape.s, and once you contact me, the methodology that is easier for you, I'm fine with it.
So in the same line, for which issues should teachers contact you, and when should they better contact the Orga team of any session? What do you think?
Sorry, I lost the question.
For which questions or issues should teachers contact you? Or I think Anna, are you there? Yes. And for which issues should they better contact the Orga team?
Okay, I would say
we're kind of losing
even
you.
If I don't know the answer, at least I'm gonna do who redirect your. Sorry?
No, nothing. We were kind of losing
you,
but now yes. No worries.
Okay, great. So in case of doubt, I always say that the best way to do so is to contact me, because if there is any question of anything, I'm gonna contact you. Maybe I don't know the answer to the question, but at least I'm gonna know who to direct your question to. So if there is anything you need to ask, just direct to me. I always say that if there is a logistic question about a session, and mainly when it's about regionals, because there are many regionals and I don't control everything that happens in every regional. I always say that it's better if you contact directly with the organizing team of the session. But in case of doubt, just contact me and I'll try to redirect you directly to the person I know to answer you.
Perfect. Let's see if there's any other question.
Yes, from my daughter.
Yes.
Yep, there's one.
It says, in high school attendance regional session where first-timers and experienced schools are mixed. Do you have it on handy, Ana Maria? The question that Aitor has asked to us.
Sorry, I had the mic closed. Yeah,
That's a very interesting comment. So trying to take more out of the experienced teachers in order to help the teacher manager or the board representative giving the program. I think that's very interesting. I think that the teacher manager role is very new, and as I said before, there's still a lot of things to do. But I think that the coordination of the teachers manager with experienced teachers can be very beneficial, not only in teachers program, but also, for example, when trying to contact new schools. That's something that I've talked with many of you, and you offer yourselves to. Sometimes when we try to contact a new school, it's a bit hard for us to get or to reach the correct teacher from that school and to get that school involved in our project. But many times the teachers, the ones that you know what this experience is about, you could help us with that. And for example, with the programs. That's something very interesting. I take note of it, and I think it's something to work on, trying to maybe not the teacher manager or the board rep giving the teacher program by itself, but to use the more experienced teachers to help on that. I think that it's also very interesting for you as teachers giving your perspective, and not as that sometimes we don't really know how do you see or how do you feel during the sessions, and maybe you can offer a more interesting or more approachable point of view for the other teacher. So thank you for that. And I see there's a question here. Lucas says, how do you get to be a chairperson?
Maybe you can address...
It's a random question, but I don't know. Maybe we can answer. I don't know, Anne, if you want to answer to that.
And, well, I want to say that maybe you can address that question tomorrow, that we will have the chairs team.
Great. Okay, great. Yeah,
conducting
great.
a module. Like,
yeah, that's not really related to what we do, but yeah, I mean, yeah, like, basically, first you have to be an EYP member. So first attend all the necessary, all the regional and national sessions, and if you eventually get selected for in both of them and you pass the national one, then you can occupy one of those roles. As far as I can explain, that's my the basic knowledge of that. It's you have to be an EYP Spain member or an EYP member in order to be an official at the session, to attend as an official to a session. I hope I helped. But yeah, as Nora said, maybe tomorrow they will answer you much better than I did.
Yes, in a more concrete way.
Yeah.
No, but thank you very much. Let's wait if we have some more questions. And I just wanted to add, just while we wait, that last year when I imparted one of the teachers program in a regional, I really found very useful when teachers, very experienced teachers, up and said what they thought and like shared their view, because it really helped other teachers to feel related to them and to really understand, because maybe when I explained it, I don't know how to express it in a way that they understand it fully, and other teachers instead they can and they do achieve it. For example, when it comes to I don't know, all the pre-session work, they understand it much better from another teacher that has experienced what it is to prepare your delegates than from me, that I've only been a delegate.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, they have their own perspective of the process.
Exactly.
We have ours from the inside,
exactly.
And they have theirs from the outside. So yeah, I mean, what better way to understand it than from someone that really has been, and like it happens also with us. If an organizer or someone from the inside speaks to you about EYP, you understand it better if you have experienced similar things. I mean, and I also feel like if teachers can also like debate between them and explain things between them, which I think they already do, like even when you pitch the idea to someone and tell your colleague in another school, like hey, I've been taking part in this project and it's very cool. We do this and this and this. And that's where when you offer that from your experience, you are more motivated and you focus and you pitch the idea in a way that maybe we couldn't do that good and that accurately.
Exactly. Yes. Totally. And then maybe like agreeing a lot with what Aitor has said, that it's very interesting and I think enriching that teachers have their say on the teachers program.
Yeah, definitely.
But yes. And it's also, I don't know if they do it in all the schools, but in mine, like from a personal experience, as you said, and it's far more relatable when another person that has been part or is part of the organization tells you their experience from inside. And we like on a every year we go to our school, we come back and make like a kind of promotion and explain to the delegates from that year that are gonna go to the regionals what EYP is, so they can like feel it from first-hand experience and motivate more than only seeing as an educational experience and extracurricular activity.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, definitely.
So it's a great initiative that you could implement, teachers, if you want. If you don't do it. I don't know if you want to add something more to the module. I don't know if there's gonna be any other question.
Simply to let them know that they can reach us, and also like have this, like especially for my part, have like if so that they have in mind that that anytime they want or we are available, or that also to have in mind that for next year maybe if they want to have these kind of modules so that they can implement them into their school calendar and maybe have that thought in there to, okay, next year we will be dedicating 4 hours of our time in school for this activity. That would be great. But yeah, we would like to have all as much schools and as much students as possible taking part in this. It really would be great.
And like making clear that it's not related to EYP, it's only for like students to have
it can also be a help for the future. I mean, there are some schools that have already taken part in EYP that maybe are not sure about taking part in it again, and this can be an activity in the way that can motivate some students to want to take part on the project. We also speak at the end of the whole crash course. We dedicate some time to speak about EYP and what it is, and also pitch them the idea about this project and the sessions, and explain them, as we said, the inside. As we have experienced life as delegates, and also we pitch them that idea so that we can motivate them to get to join EYP. But like, it's both projects, I think, are beneficiated from each other. Like we can also encourage students that have never taken part in EYP to join EYP. Like last year, a school from the Basque Country joined because of the crash course given in school, and also on the other way, schools that are taking part in EYP that have no idea about understanding Europe can also take part in this. It doesn't take that much out of the time of the teachers and the students. And I think it's a very good activity to keep minds working and active.
Yes, certainly. Maybe like practice in English like a bit of
Yeah,
speaking.
yeah.
And also I think that they are at that time where they have to choose if they want to go like maybe on an more art centered like high
Yeah, it's
school
a new
or
perspective for them.
law, and maybe they like this, it's a last push to decide and say, oh, I like this kind of things, this kind of courses, so I'm gonna take this branch of, and kind, it
Yeah,
helps.
it's a new perspective
It's
that maybe
beneficial,
they haven't seen before.
exactly.
School, and they can, I don't know, maybe go for it and to
Exactly.
politics, whatever.
Yes. Anna Maria, if you want to add something.
I think that for my part, I've said everything I wanted to. I just remind that I'm super available to the teacher's email, and if there's something else, they can just address via email.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for all your work you do every day for this organization, for all the love and affection you dedicate to these projects that are amazing. And for our listeners, I hope that you enjoyed this module, that it has been useful. I think it has been useful for me. So I invite you to come tomorrow if you want to hear a bit about the church team and the topics they've been working on and how to prepare the preparation kit and tools and tips about the academic preparation. So we will see us each other tomorrow again at 5:30 p.m. Hope to see you there. And
thank you to everyone for coming.
yes.
Yes, thank you to the audience.
And that's it. Okay, thank you, girls.
Been a pleasure. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.